Every athlete, regardless of what sport they play, dreams of getting sponsored by their favorite brands. But in order to actually get these offers, they need to fit the criteria that they have. Now, how do brands actually pick which athletes to sponsor? Hey guys, welcome to Creative, where we help athletes, sports marketers, and athletic business owners learn how to build lasting legacies beyond the game. Every Tuesdays and Thursdays, we talk about solutions that can truly change the business of sports. Today, we'll be discussing sports sponsorships and how brands pick who to sponsor. We'd love for you to tackle that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything in the future. Sponsors present a large opportunity for athletes. It represents a chance to explore other endeavors or interests besides sports. But the thing is, becoming a sponsored athlete is no easy task. It requires a lot of hard work, especially in today's competitive market. Anyone who aims to be sponsored by brands, regardless of how big they are, needs to have a set of skills that will make sponsorship deals irresistible. Now, how do we figure out what brands look for in prospect sponsees? By figuring out why companies invest in these expensive deals in the first place. So, why do large brands invest in these sports sponsorships? Now, there are various reasons why brands invest in sponsorship deals, don't get me wrong, but it all depends on the goals that they're trying to achieve with said campaign. So let's just kind of go through 5 reasons why companies work with athletes as part of these sponsorship opportunities. Number 1, it gains notoriety. Every athlete, regardless of what niche or industry they are in, dreams of being recognized by a wider public. For example, foreign companies who want to expand their reach by introducing their brand to a certain audience are inclined to work with athletes that have already had a healthy relationship with said area. Over the recent years, we've seen influencer marketing become one of the most leading strategies in the market. The consumer's relationship with advertising has drastically changed so much that they have developed ways to avoid them in their daily activities. Companies were then forced to come up with new strategies to reach out to audiences. Thankfully, social media popularity has given way to influential marketing. Now that sports fans have a way to personally connect with their favorite athletes or teams, brands now have a chance to connect with them much closer than they did before. It allows brands to tap into new target audiences. Similar to point 1, brands who want to tap into a new region or a new segment in the market look to athletes for help. One great example of this is when Banco partnered with the McLaren F1 team for a campaign alongside Spanish racing driver Fernando Alonso. The sponsorship deal helped Banco establish their presence in the UK and successfully enter its market. A lot of multi-international companies who want to expand to other regions look for popular local athletes in said regions. And these athletes will be the ones to introduce their brand to the general public. It strengthens their brand image. Major brands like Under Armour, Pepsi, and other giant companies built their brand image with the help of their sponsorship deals. These brands choose athletes that share a similar identity to their brand and what they have. If they want to build a strong and courageous brand image, they look for an athlete that embodies the same qualities that they want to portray. Just take a look at what Nike was able to build, all thanks to their iconic sponsorships. By signing popular and strong athletes like Michael Jordan, Serena Williams, and more, the brand was able to develop a strong and well-trained image to the public. Now, Whenever people think about buying sports gear or even simply workout clothes, they think of Nike and how their products have helped these successful athletes. Almost the entire globe now associates Nike with athleticism, all thanks to the collaborations and sponsorships they've created with athletes. This is one of the many reasons why most brands choose athletes that have a solid brand behind them for sponsorship deals. They want someone that has a clear identity, someone that will help them emphasize the image that they're already trying to build for themselves. This one's almost a given, but not too many people know it, but it increases sales volume. Another common goal that brands have when they start looking into sponsorship marketing is improving their sales volume. Over the recent years, consumers' behaviors have significantly changed. Today's consumers are less likely to make impulsive purchasing decisions than they have been before. A large majority of them spent hours looking through different product reviews from reputable sources. They either watch reviews or unbox videos on YouTube or simply read blog posts. And once they gather enough information about the product that they're eyeing, that's the only time that they'll actually buy it. So, in hopes of building trust among sports fans and catching their attention, brands work with well-known athletes in sponsorship deals. Additionally, the rise of fan experiences has made athlete merchandise irresistible to big fans. Some companies have gone as far as working with well-known musicians and other personalities like Puma and Adidas. It helps build content for everyone. In today's age of information and entertainment, content is considered king. People generally consume thousands and thousands of pieces of content every day. It's where they communicate with one another and get new information on their everyday lives. And like we've mentioned earlier, it only makes sense that brands have a strong presence in the place where their audiences spend most of their time. In order to have that strong online presence, regardless of what platform they may be on, you need to build content. Content that your fan base actually likes. Sponsorships make content marketing much easier for sponsors. They no longer have to spend hours and hours getting to know said athlete's fan base and the kind of stuff that interests them. For example, if the sponsor wants to target sports fans that love sharing photos and short videos online, then they need to find an athlete that knows their way around Instagram. And that's much more of a service example, but you get the point. A large majority of companies work with athletes in hopes of generating more content and sharing them with new segments of the market. So how do brands pick which athletes to sponsor? Now, we know what kind of common goals brands have in their minds when sponsoring athletes. We can now narrow down the three main qualities that companies look for in an athlete: brand image, online presence, and following. Firstly, they want to make sure that you share the same values as them as a brand, regardless of what their main goal behind the sponsorship may be. They want to make sure that the athletes they support believe in the same things that they do. Secondly, they want their sponsored athletes to have a consistent online presence, amid be from you or an agency that you work with. They want them to be on the same platforms that their target sports fans are on. If a large majority of the brand's target audience is on Instagram, then they want to work with an athlete who knows their way around Instagram or has consistency among the platform. Lastly, of course, the following. When brands work with athletes, it's largely because of the following they have. They either have a really strong and loyal following, or their following is part of the segment that they're trying to reach out to. If you want sponsors to consider you as a prospect sponsee, make sure that these three factors match their needs. Admittedly, if you already have a solid brand behind you, you should have a good idea of which brands best fit your brand's identity And if you don't, you may need to go back and look at your brand some more. We personally teach our clients the value of brand building and its process. We understand how tempting it is to take the easy way out when building your brand. But in reality, the process is extensive for a reason. In today's market, authenticity and consistency are two of the most important elements to success. Anyone who wants to survive this competitive market we are in today needs to build their brand on solid foundations. And the only way you can have solid foundations for your brand is by taking the brand building process seriously. This means that you need to take your time establishing the values and principles of your brand, the ultimate building blocks of your brand. If you want to learn more about the importance of taking the brand building process seriously, make sure to check out the rest of our videos on branding and brand discovery. We hope you guys loved today's video. And if you want to learn more about the great solutions that can truly change the game, don't forget to tackle that subscribe button and that notification bell. It really helps out the channel. Now, this is Zach with Creatitive, where business is our sport.